Wisconsinites, this is Mary Jo Knapp from the Milwaukee County Historical Society with another History at Home lesson. Today's lesson, we're going to be talking today about jobs that built Wisconsin, and the one we're talking about today is about logging. Logging happened primarily in the northern part of Wisconsin, where there's thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of pine forests. So I think about just one forest right after another. You wouldn't be able to see anything else besides trees. And that was the home of many Native American tribes here in Wisconsin. In 1832, unfortunately, there was a treaty with the Native American tribes that made them leave their land. And therefore, the settlers and the business people could move in and started taking down those trees. Those trees were called the logging industry here in Wisconsin, and we were in 1871 were the highest producer of lumber throughout the whole United States. So it wasn't a small job. It wasn't something that was insignificant. It was extremely important for Wisconsin's economy. Let's talk about how that would happen. So they would have a large group of men, primarily, go to the forests, and in the wintertime, they would start cutting down these trees. They did it in the wintertime so that when the spring thaw came, they could send the trees down through the rivers to get to another location where they would process those trees or sell those trees, okay? So let's talk about a little bit about logging. So they would cut down those logs. Again, they would send them down the river. But think about, you know, a very large pine tree, and you're thinking about that's really heavy, right? Second of all, they used a lot of them to make log cabins similar to something like this. And they would have to take the log and then cut the notches, like you see here, so that they would not roll over on each other. So see how that's nice and steady? So that's how log cabins were made, was because they had to make these notches. So that's different. But then today, when we go looking for wood at the hardware store, we don't find logs just like a plain old log, right? We see wood that's already been planed and cut to a specific size so that everything is uniform. You could imagine how difficult it would be to build something when things were all different sizes and lengths and widths. So because they took it to a lumber mill, then they could cut it to an exact size and shape that they want it to be. And so then that way the building industry would have something uniform to use. So logging was super important in Wisconsin from 1832 to 1871. It continues to be important today. That's one of our jobs that helped build Wisconsin. Have a great day.